Good afternoon, everybody. How are y'all doing today on this magnificent Tuesday? Y'all come in, like and share. Like, share, please come in. I am so excited about today. What a word for today. Just going to give it a few minutes for everybody to come in and come on. I'm even going to be obedient and like and share. I'm super excited about our um our subject today. I am expecting God to do something amazing to help and release some people because sometimes we just need a word. We just need a word from God, or we need a word to encourage us. We need a word to help shift us. We need a word to help move us. And so I'm super excited. This is literally me just stepping out my comfort zone, y'all. Just trying to be obedient to what God is saying and He's doing in this hour. He is moving. He is truly moving. I am, like I said, I'm super excited today about the word that God gave me. Don't worry, it's coming because He keeps His promises. That right there alone is enough for me to shout. Don't worry, it's coming because He keeps His promises. That means it's not about man, it's not about nobody else. God keeps His promises. God keeps His promises with us. God continues to show to me and reveal to me all the wonderful things that He is doing. And I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for Him being who He is and Him being the way He is. And I'm like, you can't beat God's giving. You really can't. You can't beat what God is when God does something. I could not literally the things that God is doing in my life. I couldn't have done them. I couldn't have allowed. I couldn't have did it if I was trying to do it myself. If I was trying to do it myself, I couldn't have did it. Like I could not have. I could not do the things that God is doing. It's no way. No way. When God blesses you, it's a real blessing. It's not one of them play blessings or them make believe blessings or them things that we call blessings, that we literally plan. When God bless you, sometimes it comes out the blue. It comes out of nowhere. It comes out of a place where you're just like, wow, that okay, okay, like that just hit me. That just hit me by surprise. That just hit me. That just put me in a place that I did not even know one I was worthy to go into, which I'm not. I'm not worthy to go into, but His grace and His mercy and His the who He is so amazing that y'all. All I can say is you just have to try Him and see. Once you try Him and see, you'll know, you'll know that He's uh, an amazing God. You'll know that He is a God that you know, we could never imagine a God that, we just don't, we could not, if we did everything right, we did everything right, we still wouldn't be worthy of what God does. We still wouldn't be worthy of who He is and how He does things and how amazing He is. And so I just want to encourage you today for Tuesday, Treasure Tuesday. I just want to let you know that don't worry, don't worry, because it's coming, because God keeps His promises. See, this is the thing. And one thing I do know, and I talk about process a lot, because one thing I do know is when God allows you to go through a process, when God allows you to go through a process, at the beginning of the process, God tells you some things. God shows you some things. God makes you aware of some things. Whether it's directly to you, whether somebody spoke it over your life. Usually a lot of times when people speak stuff, it's confirmation. But if you're tuned in with God, God will speak something to you. Now He'll give you confirmation so you won't think you crazy, or so you'll know you heard what you heard. That's how it worked with me anyway. But um God gave me a promise some years ago. Some years ago, He gave me some promises, and I was just like, "Okay, God, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah." But see, I ain't know that when I went through the process, that it literally was about to take me out. I didn't know that I had to own some things, whether it was people, things, places, mindsets, for me to get in a place that God had me in. I didn't know that. But when He told me the promises, I accepted them and I was grateful for them. But He don't tell you everything in every angle. But it's through the pressure and the process is where we get to the position for God to do what He promised. And so my thing to you is, don't worry. It's coming, because God keeps His promises. So whatever God promised you, know that it's His way. But you got to go through the process. Yes, it may look painful. It may look like it may look like it's not worthy, but everything that God allows, because God's in control, everything that God allows to happen is going to work for your good. For a prime example, a couple years ago, I went to Atlanta for a to work with a team called IWED, I and that's like event planning. They teach you backdrops, they teach you centerpieces. They basically, that's what they do. And at the time, I had a bit called Q's Touch, and I literally wanted to see Q's Touch grow. And I knew backdrops was one of the things that I was designed to do. And so when I went there, and I was like, it wasn't an easy process, but I learned some things. And I said that to say this: even the even the biggest blessing that God has given me in Q's Touch, um, a recent event that I am doing now, and the things that I learned 2 years ago at that class has saved me money now. See, I didn't know that I was going to need to know all these little details. But now, when I go on the website to order for my client, now I can get it and I can understand it. So it's things along the way, it's things in the process that God is going to give you wisdom, give you knowledge on. Keep them. You may not need them right now, but trust and believe. you're going to need them. You're going to need them. And you're going to need them for that blessing. You're going to need them for that biggest thing. You know, again, I say to you, don't worry. It's coming because God keeps his promises. Y'all, every time I say that, it blesses me because this is the thing I do know. God keeps his promises. God will give you, and this is what is happening to me today. God will give you a Lazarus experience. Now you say, oh, wait a minute. Lazarus was dead. Okay, so we're going to take it to the word. Okay, you said Lazarus was dead. Okay, yeah. But just because Lazarus was a person doesn't mean that we don't have things dead. We think things are dead in our life. I literally thought Q's Touch was dead. I was about to sell my stuff, let it go, and I was done. I hadn't advertised. I hadn't revealed. I haven't shown anything. I haven't posted any pictures. I hadn't done nothing. Like it was a Lazarus experience for me. I hadn't done nothing. Right? I didn't do nothing. Nothing. And in the midst of me not doing nothing, God was up to something. It, in the midst of me doing nothing, God was up to something. See, because this is the thing. When I remember my last, well, I'm gonna say, I remember one of my last conversations with God about Q's Touch. I loved Q's Touch. It was my baby. It was my thing that got me out my comfort zone. It was the thing that literally showed me that it was more to life. I literally studied, did things for Q's Touch. I revamped my whole business because I loved it that much, because I wanted it to survive. But I remember the conversation with God, and I said, God, listen, if this is something you want me to do, if this is what your plan is for me to do, you're going to have to bring me clients that's going to pay for my worth. Now I'm telling you, that's what I said. I said, you're going to have to bring me clients that's going to pay me for my worth. Because this is the thing. I have big dreams. I have big visions. I'm very creative. I will make a $200 event look like a $500 event because that's just the gift God gave me. And I'm aware of it. But this thing, when I got tired and I said, look, Lord, these people only want to pay me $300. I'm just trying to be real. These people only want to pay me $300 and they want $1,000 event. This is not working for me. This is not working for me. I was like, God, they want to pay me $100 and they want to, this not working for me. And I was just real with him. I wasn't upset. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I was just telling him, look, I can't keep doing this. I can't take food out my house. I can't take money out my house. I can't take money from my kids to do this. You said you provision. So I'm gonna need you to show me my client. Or I'm gonna sit this to the side. And so I did. I set it to the side. I hadn't done work in about 6 months. And if I did, it was one event, but I had to set it to the side because it wasn't it wasn't that I wanted it to die, but I had to let it go. It was somebody who God said, they're not dead, they're asleep. So I guess it was just sleep. See, my event, my dreams, my goal, my thing was sleep. It was sleep. So because it was sleep, God came and brought it back to life. You hear me say? God came and brought it back to life. This new client that I have, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say how much that this event is worth, but I will say it's more than tenfold than what that $300 was. Right here in Dothan, Alabama. I didn't have to go to New York. I didn't have to go to Atlanta. I didn't have to go to, and I'm not saying I will not go to them places, but what I'm saying to you is God will bless you right where you're at. That's a word for somebody. God will bless you right where you're at. You come here Tuesdays to these nuggets. So you better, I hope you're writing them down or noting them because God is up to something. God is up to something. God never told. I didn't quit. I just set it to the side. So my thing to you is, if it's frustrating you enough, set it to the side in God's hand and watch God manifest it. Because like I know, one thing I do know, that this client that found me, he found me. I didn't find him. I wasn't even looking for him because I thought Q's touch was dead. I thought it was dead. I thought. But God does something in the midst of nothing. That was good to me. God does something in the midst of nothing. In the midst of you doing nothing, God does something. So my thing to you is, like I said, I'm not going to keep you long, but my thing to you is, stop worrying. Stop worrying. It's coming because God keeps his promises. I didn't say what your promise was to yourself. I said what God promised you. So depend on what God is saying. Because when God does something in you, when God moves, when God shifts, you better be ready. You hear what I'm saying? And if you ain't ready, you better get ready. You better be ready. You better be ready. You better be ready. I know that had to bless somebody because the phone tried to ring. You better be ready. Be ready. Be ready. That thing that's in your heart, that thing that's shaking you up, that thing that's stirring you, that thing that you can't go to sleep, that and you think about it, you're tossing your turn. Just put it over to the side and let God have his. Sorry, y'all. Can you hear me? Let him have his way in your life. 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 This is the thing I know. This is not something that I'm just telling you something about. This is something I know. This is something I'm walking in right now. I am a pure witness that God will do what he said he'll do. You just got to wait on his timing. You just gotta wait on what he's doing. You just gotta wait, because if you it's a blessing, it's favor in the waiting. It's favor in the waiting. It's favor in the awaiting. It's favor. Y'all, it's favor. It's favor. And one thing about me, I'm gonna tell my story. Like I ain't got to worry about nobody telling nothing to me, because I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell my story. I'm gonna tell what I went through. Cause I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I had people that had events. They wanted to pay me $100, and they wanted $300 worth of stuff. What? Like, where they do that at? But I had to learn the business, and I don't regret it. I regret nothing. I don't even regret the years that I put in, more than my clients put in. I don't regret that. But I had to learn. And as I learned, I began to sit still and say, okay, God, I'm waiting on what you promised. Because this ain't it. This can't be it. This can't be it. Somebody once told me, she said, Quinona, God gonna do what he said he gonna do, but he got to get you ready. Because he don't want you to lose it when he give it to you. I believe that. And that's the thing I want to tell somebody. God gonna do what he said he gonna do, but he wants you to keep it. He wants you to keep it. He wants you to keep it. Y'all, make y'all share, because this word need to get out today. Stop worrying. It's coming, because God keeps his promises. God keeps his promises, because the thing I do know, God keeps his promises. One thing I can say, God is so good. Why would he tell you something and don't do it? But sometimes the noise The noise gets heavy. Sometimes the noise is heavy in our head and we get frustrated and we get irritated and then we want to walk away. We want to walk away. We want to walk away. But that's not what God said. Be patient. Trust him. But in the trusting is favor. I'm telling you. Y'all listen. How y'all doing, by the way? God is so good. You got right. Really, you gotta tune out that noise. And let me tell you, I know some I'm hearing somebody say, well, how you tune out the noise? Pick up your word. Pick up your word. And when you get through picking up your word, start worshiping. Start praying. That's how you tune out that noise. Last week I talked about how who what going on in your head, who gonna win? Either the devil or God. Well, which one you feeding the most? Which one is you feeding the most? And we've got to learn to feed our minds. We've got to learn to feed our souls. We've got to learn to feed where we're going. Because when we feed where we're going, that's when we get blessed. So y'all, I'm telling y'all, listen, whatever God promised you. Now that thing is personal. That thing is personal. That thing is personal. Listen, I'm telling you, it's personal. So whatever God promised you, He may have promised you one thing, promised me something else, promised somebody else something else. But listen, whatever He promised you, He's gonna do it. Because he said he was. And he's a man that he does not lie. And I'm a living witness. When I tell you, I'm a living, the things that I'm walking in and now, the things that I'm walking into now are blowing my mind. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to encourage someone because you need to know that you almost there. You need to know you almost there. I remember when somebody posted in November, I think it was November. Somebody tagged me to a post, and this person normally don't even tag me. And this person tagged me. She said, "Just hold on. Somebody need to see you make it. God's going to do it. You just got a few days." And I immediately went in that girl inbox and told her thank you because I needed to hear that. And she said, She said, "God, you were one of the first people God told me to tag." So in the midst of your thing, this may be your moment. This may be your thing. This may be your moment where you understand that you're almost there. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on a little bit longer. You're almost there. God gonna do what he said he gonna do. God gonna do what he said he gonna do. God is going to do what he said he's gonna do. Right. It's personal. Yes. Right. He's gonna do. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. But the thing about it is, see, sometimes Jesus, sometimes we think we know what God's gonna do. But sometimes what God's gonna do is so much bigger and so much better than what our minds could have held when he first told us. Y'all, let me tell you something. God is literally blowing my mind. And like I said yesterday, well, I didn't say this, but yesterday when the UPS man came, I love the UPS, but UPS man came to my house and he had 15 boxes. Y'all, I was so excited. I was like, yeah, oh my gosh. I was so excited. I was like 15 boxes. And I began to unravel the boxes, right? Because it's for my event. And I began to unravel the boxes. And I realized it wasn't all of it. I realized I got more coming. I realized that was just a piece. And you might not have caught that, but let me tell you something. I may be talking about boxes, but God may be doing some things in your life. It may just be a piece of what he's about to do. I know that this event is just the beginning of more. I know this event is just the beginning of other clients. I'm aware, but I'll thank him for this event. You know why? Because if he didn't do nothing else, he blessed me with this one. But I know that he's a good God. And I know that he's a good, great God. And I know that he is just getting started. He is just getting started. My Lord. And I'm telling you, hold on. Hold on. He may be sprinkling in your life right now, but it's about to be a flood of rain. It's about to be some blessings that's about to tap into, y'all about to tap into. It's about the things that God is going to do in this season for the ones that have went through, for the underdogs, for the ones that have been in pain, the ones that have sacrificed, the ones that did not think that God was going to do it. He's about to show up and show out. So don't worry. Don't worry. It's coming. Because God keeps his promises. I don't know what your promise is. I don't know what your promise. Some of y'all need to go back. And whether it's listening to prophecies, looking in books that you wrote stuff down in, some of y'all need to go back and reevaluate what was promised to you. What was his promise to you? That's right. His way is not our ways. Neither is his thoughts our thoughts. He always, what did it say? He always does exceedingly and abundantly. Listen, that's my favorite scripture, Leviticus. Exceedingly and abundantly, above all we could ask and imagine. Yes, that is so true. So true. He is. Amen. That is correct. Yes. Yes, he's just getting started. That's it. He's just getting started. He's just getting started. He is just getting started. And this is the thing. I know I'm talking about me, but I'm speaking this over y'all. Anybody that watches this live, I'm speaking this over y'all, that he's just getting started. Yes, last week blew your mind, but he's going to blow your mind this week too. You got to know it. You got to position your mind for it. Anything that you were doing, you're going to have to do more. Even to the point of doing this event, I think of it differently now. I think of it like, okay, let me get this prepared. Let me get that prepared. Let me go ahead and get these buckets. Let me go and do this. Y'all, and I don't like buying buckets. You know what? I'm like, we got to fill these things up. Let me be prepared. Let me make room. So you got to know that it's time. It's the season of you making room for what God said he's going to do. My Lord, that blessed me. That blessed me. You got to make room for what God is doing in your life, what God is shifting in your life, how God is moving in your life. You've got to make room. Listen, come on now. Yeah, you got to make room. Yes, we've got to be prepared. And yes, you got to be prepared. And this is the thing. You may not be fully prepared, but start preparing your mind. Start asking God, show me what I need. Show me what I need to be prepared for. Show me how I need to shift with this. And that's the thing. Even in the midst of this whole event, I've literally had to shift a few times because when the man when the man handed me the check, I almost got nervous. Like my hands started trembling and stuff. Because to be honest, literally, this event is probably what I was making for a year at one time. Listen, y'all ain't understanding. Hey, Flat, y'all ain't understanding. The things that God is doing is so big. It's so bigger than us. It's so big. And the thing is, we have to make room for him. We have to make room for this new thing. We have to make room. Yes, I know you may be frustrated, but do you know that your frustration is to prepare you? The frustration is to position you. The frustration, even the frustration, is doing something if you allow it. The frustration is doing something for you. So my thing to you is, do not worry. It is coming. It's coming. Because God promised, he's a man that will not lie. He's going to give you, this is just a recap. He is going to give you the Lazarus experience. That thing that you thought was dead, the thing that you thought he wasn't going to do, he's breathing life into it. Oh, and because some of y'all had to lose some people, you had to lose them because they couldn't handle the atmosphere of God breathing, hey, into that new thing. They couldn't handle. Yeah, they was good peoples, but they couldn't be in the labor room. When you in the labor room, everybody can't be in there. It's a limited amount of space. And so I understand you don't want them to go. I understand it hurts. I understand you gave them your all, but God said, oh, God said they had to go. Because when this baby is pushed out, when this baby is moved, when this baby does what he does, they're not going to handle it. So my thing to you as we recap, know that God is doing something new in you. Know that you can't worry about it. But know that he's going to do his promise. He's going to do what he said. He's going to do what he said. And begin to start preparing. And even if it takes you to take some time to talk to him, to do some things, get ready. I can't wait to hear of what God is doing in your life. I can't wait to hear how God is sprinkling and putting raindrops in your life. Because you know what? When it storms, we all gonna eat. With storms, we all gonna be blessed. And one thing about it, when it storms, ain't no dry ground. So if you close to me, whoosh, if you are close enough to me, hey, your under your feet won't be dry. Under your feet won't be dry. My pastor was talking the other day about connections. Some people get blessed because they're connected to you. And I truly believe that. I believe that some people get blessed because they're connected to me. So now I'm aware. Okay, so let me check my connections. Let me check my connections because they matter. They matter. You know what I'm saying? So y'all check your connections and make sure you have who you need inside. Because God is good. God is so good. He's so wonderful. He's so amazing. And I know if he can blow my mind, he can blow your mind. So y'all, I completely went over my little 10 to 15 minutes. But needless to say, if you want to replay, put replay, let me share. Please share. Share. Y'all, because this is good. This was good to me. And I hope this word bless y'all. I hope this helped y'all. I hope this encouraged y'all because it's coming. Because God keeps his promises. I love y'all so much. And I know that y'all are going to walk into favor and drops of rain, and that soon it's going to be stormy, and all of us is going to get blessed with his blessings. We just got to be obedient. We just got to do what he said. I love y'all. Have a great day because you know, I got to go do some work, you know. Be blessed, and I love y'all. Make sure y'all share, and I shall tell y'all later. Bye.